Klay Reeves, redshirt sophomore from Alexandria, Ohio, a graduate of Northridge High School, a four-time state placer, will take on the preseason number 2 at 149 pounds, Sammy Sasso. Out of Nazareth High School in Pennsylvania, Sasso probably has the most bona fides of any Ohio State returner this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Big Ten champ, NCAA runner-up. So very close to winning NCAAs last year. Not sure I'm quite over it. But yeah, he's one of the leaders of this team, and he's probably going to show us why.
Well, got to it pretty quickly, in on a leg. Looks like he's got a specific finish in mind he wanted to get to, but instead he'll just get the takedown and go to work on top, where he is very, very good. Cradles from anywhere.
Yeah, he's very much a cradle. Looks like we're going to head out of bounds. But yeah, he'll be looking for it.
He is a black shirt. He is one of the early recipients of that honor. Tremendously difficult to score on, Sammy Sasso. Great flexibility, great quickness, great anticipation, and a very slow heartbeat when it comes to scrambles.
Yeah, he's very patient. He's very calculated. He wants Reeves to be on the shot right now.
Almost snapped him into it.
Yeah, he's going to try to cradle him up, but Reeves knows.
I was going to say, do you think Reeves has been in the room long enough in drilling and in live goes, say, uh-oh?
Sometimes it doesn't matter, though. You can know it's coming, and it doesn't matter. I'm sure anyone who's done any scouting on Sasso, if they're going to wrestle him, they know to avoid the cradle.
Yes.
But somehow he still gets them.
The best find a way to do what they want to do, whether you know it's coming or not, whether you have game planned for it. You think you have it stopped, and then it comes from a different direction.
Not that I thought it was going to work, but in my wrestle-off, I wrestled Kyle Snyder, and I knew he liked to ankle pick. So I switched my lead foot
there
to
you
put
go.
that one back.
Yeah?
He still won.
Huh.
It didn't work.
You had a game plan and everything.
Yeah. I thought I had it figured out.
Well, yeah, you can understand. Understand how that might happen.
Yeah.
Well, Sasso is just on a mission here in the first period. He's racking up the takedowns. Reeves obviously knows his opponent and knows the situation here. 10-4 score. The riding time is approaching a minute. It won't quite get there before the escape is issued. Sasso right back in on that single leg, and now trying some creative finishes. Does so on the outside for his 6th takedown of the period.
And one observation I have is Sammy Sasso's assimilating to the Ohio wrestling style.
Yeah, take him down, kick him out, get him out of there.
He's a PA boy, and he's taking him down, kicking him out.
Now, we obviously have seen the takedowns in this match. One of the things, if there is a nit to pick with Sammy Sasso, it is at times on his feet. He's a little bit reluctant to engage in his offense. And sometimes there have been matches where it has or has nearly cost him.
Yeah, Lugo. I'm sure that's what's coming to mind.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a lot of his points come from shot defense. And he knows it. His opponents know it. They're a little tentative to shoot in on him because of it. But, yeah, that's his strength. He likes to play to it. So, yeah, sometimes he's not in so much a hurry to generate offense.
So it is nice to see him today, and obviously in a controlled sort of environment, getting after the offense. As we go to period number 2, he leads by a 14-6 score and will defer choice to Reeves. Because, listen, every wrestler has a part of their game that needs more. Every part of your game can always get work, but everybody has something that maybe can use a little bit more tweaking, a little bit more emphasis put on that, and that's exactly what he's done here so far. Get after takedowns, get on the shot, quick setup, get right to it, and score the points.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if he kind of changed up his strategy here. You know, his takedowns in the first period, he might try to work towards some back points or a pin here in the second, if I had to guess.
Going to the head, going to a leg.
He's looking for an assassin.
Yeah, he was right there.
Didn't get it locked up.
14-7 score here for Sasso.
Nice re-attack snap. Oh, so right to his back. He is flat.
Yeah, it looks like that'll finish that one off. Sammy Sasso with a dominant performance as expected here at 149 pounds. He is one of the leaders of this Buckeye team. He is a returning national runner-up, and he has aspirations to go one step higher up the podium this year. That'll take us to 174 pounds, and well, you got a couple of goers here now. Fritz Schierl, redshirt senior, and Ethan Smith are going to go at it here. Smith, preseason ranked number 7.
Yeah, Smith, 5th at NCAA's last year, but he's got a tough one in Fritz Schierl. Schierl's 55 and 23 in his career. OSU scholar athlete, as is Smith, but Fritz is a real strong Greco wrestler.
Yes.
You can just look at his physique. He's real strong. He can toss you around. So he's always a threat.
He's fun to watch. In the times we've seen him on the mat for the Buckeyes, he is fun to watch. And some guys just like putting on the show.
Yeah.
And he seems like one of them.
Yeah, he's definitely going to look for some big moves here. I mean, why not? If you're a Greco guy, wrestling against someone who is not a Greco guy,
absolutely,
you might as well try it.
A little bit of a snarl on his face as he gets ready to head to the center of the mat. Schierl in the white singlet, Smith in the black, which makes sense. He's a black shirt.
Yeah.
And quickly in on the shot.
Wow. Nice fake for Smith. Faked like he was coming up for the head, went right to finishing off a double.
And Schierl on his backside gets the takedown. Schierl immediately away, 2-1 score.
Schierl from Stevens Point, Wisconsin.
Well,
Smith from
look
Latrobe.
out now. Almost had it.
Takedown called off. No takedown.
Yeah, both of these guys accomplished on the mat and off. Schierl has just about every academic award you could ask for. Big Ten Distinguished Scholar in 2021.
That's a really common theme when I was going through the roster. A lot of them OSU scholar athletes, Big Ten Distinguished, pretty much on almost all the guys.
Yeah.
That was not the case when I was on the team.
No?
No.
One guy in particular? There's a deep shot by Smith, and again, Schierl caught flat on his cheeks. Gives up the takedown. Yeah, Smith continues to work up the body.
Chest wrap from Schierl, able to get his hips under him and get the one.
There we go. Looking to dig in that far side hook. Smith wanting no part of it, circles away. A lot of nice motion right there.
Really good awareness.
Slide by, the feet went the other way.
Again, Schierl just right out.
Yeah, I think it's interesting to see all the academic honors that these Ohio State wrestlers have. And you're right, it's not just one or two guys. It's all the way through the roster.
Yeah.
Accomplished students in addition. Boy,
beautiful
that's nice.
low single.
That is an outstanding level change, and Schierl just couldn't react to it. Boy, Smith has done a great job on his feet here. And now looking for back points. Did he get a couple swipes? He did.
Yeah, by my count, 12 of the 18 wrestlers we'll see here tonight are OSU scholar athletes. 12 of 18. It's 2/3. It's pretty good.
You are a mathematician. Look at you.
I think that's right.
Near the out-of-bounds line, the action continues. It'll be one escape for Fritz Schierl, and they go out of bounds back to the middle.
Just 3 seconds left here. Smith did get over the 1 minute mark in his riding time.
really strong period for him.
Well, when you've got student athletes that take their studies seriously, no matter what the major is, whether it's biomechanical engineering or any kind of career you want to pursue, when you pursue it with the same passion you bring to the wrestling room, it makes life for a coaching staff so much easier.
Yeah, absolutely.
Easy escape there for Smith, and he'll go back to work on his feet. Schierl down 7 points now. Expect him to continue to try and look for the big move.
And that's definitely something that the coaches take into account when recruiting is academics, especially if they don't expect you to be a starter. If you're going to be on the team and you're not going to be scoring points in NCAAs, if you're an academic liability, they're not going to want you.
Can't be around. Scramble situation there, comes to nothing. Yeah, that's one of the easiest ways to make yourself valuable to a program is don't be a problem.
Yeah. Nice low single again from Smith. Coming through the back door.
And again, right down to that ankle. Nothing, no answer from Schierl for that level change.
It's beautiful. He's really dialed in his timing on that low single.
Well, and a lot of that, I'm sure, has to do with the fact that these two see each other in the room every single day. It's and that's one of the things, one of the reasons why Wrestle-Offs at the college level don't mean the same thing they do necessarily for a high school program. These guys see each other every day. It's easier to figure somebody out, and maybe the best overall wrestler doesn't always win in a situation like this. That's why the coaching staff loves to see this competition, but it doesn't necessarily decide everything.
Yeah, there's been plenty of instances where the guy who won the Wrestle-Off did not end up being the guy that went to NCAAs. I know one of the most infamous was Hunter Stieber.
Right.
He lost his Wrestle-Off and then went undefeated the entire regular season, and I think he won Big Tens as well. He might have been undefeated going into NCAAs.
Time expires in the second. It's an 8-point lead for Ethan Smith as we go to the third. Riding time is at 1:09 for Smith. Ohio State's going to have an interesting season. They have several, and there's no such thing as an automatic All-American, but they have several guys who you can pretty confidently project if they reach their ceiling to be on the podium in Detroit. But there's a lot of youth and a lot of unknown and a lot of question marks on this team as well.
Yeah. Nice re-attack. And these next couple years in particular, you would expect NCAAs to be just a little bit tougher, given that wrestlers have an extra year of eligibility. So guys who would have graduated last year are sticking around for another year. A guy like a Spencer Lee.
Deepens the field incredibly.
Yeah. Got a whole nother class.
Boy, you're right. The timing on that level change, the feel of the pressure has just been immaculate for Smith so far in this match.
Yeah.
But yeah, the depth, and one of the things that I find interesting, and I'm not sure exactly how teams are handling it, or even what the NCAA rules are, is the money. The 9.9 scholarships. Are there extra allowances? What are teams allowed to do with wrestlers sticking around for an extra year as opposed to the incoming freshman class?
I think I knew the answer to that at one point. I don't remember what it was.
There was something written about it, but I don't know exactly how official it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are so many rules and machinations that have to do with the NCAA that just because you read an article doesn't actually mean you're getting the proper technical information anyway.
Right.
Smith trying to finish things off here with under 20 seconds to go. I mean, we have seen some tech falls here today, but this is as dominant a performance as we have seen tonight here at the Covelli Center.
Yeah, and Fritz is a real tough wrestler. Looks like Smith's going to walk away with a major here. Not that team points are super relevant.
15-7, 16-7 will be the final after the riding time point is put on there. Ethan Smith, what a performance tonight. At 174 pounds, the preseason ranked number 7 Smith comes away with the big victory against Fritz Schierl, who is a tough comer himself. Now, Tate Orndorff comes to Ohio State. This is his second season after competing at Utah. Three-time national qualifier. This is one of those guys at Ohio State, again, if he reaches expectations, you can imagine seeing him on the podium at the end of the season.
Yeah, he got fifth last year at Big Tens.
He was an All-American.
Seventh place at NCAAs.
So in the preseason, they've got him ranked right there. I don't know if you're going to see anybody else ranked at number 1 at heavyweight outside of Gable Steveson. What a talent.
Who's more of a lock for a title? Gable Steveson or Spencer Lee?
Ooh. I think the field is obviously much deeper at 125. I think there are more guys you can say on a hot weekend could come away just based upon their talent. But at heavyweight, anything can happen.
That's true.
I think you're talking about two otherworldly talents.
Yeah, I mean, Gable Steveson, he got pinned at Worlds, Junior Worlds, the year after he won the title.
Yeah.
And it was all a stupid mistake, but those things are much more susceptible to happen at heavyweight.
We're talking about an Olympic gold medalist who scored an unimaginable number of points in an unbelievably short amount of time to win gold against one of the premier international wrestlers of the last many, many years.
He beat two of them.
Yes, that's exactly
as
right.
well as Geno.
Takedown for Orndorff here in the early going, up 2-0.
And he's representing Team White, so Team White's sitting in a pretty good position right now.
Got a little snatch there. And the toe is in, but the bodies are on the floor, and so no takedown. And that's something else there you're probably not getting at 125 pounds. There's just not the length of body for those guys to get to the floor, so that turns into a takedown.
Right.
And the other thing with, there are so many variables. Does Lee's legs hold up?
Yeah.
I mean, is there a third ACL to sprain, strain, lose?
Yeah, I think I might pick Gable as more of a lock.
If he stays the course, there are so many more things. There are so many more distractions for him, I think, than for Spencer Lee.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, he's already signed a contract with WWE, so that's a distraction in itself.
Well, just a hurricane of forward pressure there from Orndorff turns into a takedown.
Misita, a true freshman. So it's a young versus old. Misita going body lock, upper body.
And again, the hand goes to the floor, so the action stops immediately. Orndorff leading 6-3. I think it's a great question. I think it's one of those things for wrestling fans that you can sit having a pop with a buddy and talk about that all night long from a million different angles.
Yep, and you're probably both right.
Sure. Yeah, there's no wrong answer there.
Right.
They are both generational talents that happen to be here in the same generation.
Stall call against Misita. Orndorff got a body lock.
Just run behind. There you go.
Still the first period, an 8-3 lead for Orndorff.
Not a typical heavyweight bout, for sure.
No, Orndorff's been really active.
And to this point, Misita has not had an answer for it. You're talking about, as you said, a true freshman going up against a redshirt senior with a lot of experience, collegiately and otherwise, and a lot of success. Orndorff in his career between Utah and Ohio State, 55-24. Last year, he was 11-11 for the Buckeyes.
It's impressive being 11-11 and still making an All-American.
That's right. He is a stats major. So right now he can look at that team score and know he doesn't have to take chances. All he's got to do is win.
I'm sure he can do the math in his head. Man, I hated stats.
I actually had a baseball stats class in college. I took a regular stats class, and then I saw that one. I thought, I'm in.
Misita riding pretty high, but it's going to be called stalemate, and they'll get a restart.
So for Orndorff, we've seen him plenty on top. We've seen him very effective on his feet. And quickly off the bottom as well. So he has been very effective in all three positions, and now just continues to run those feet for another takedown. And now looks like Orndorff wants to pour it on here in the second period.
Misita's undeterred, though, still taking shots. He's still staying really active and in there.
Well, you like to see it from a young man. Listen, there's nothing for him to lose out here. This is one of those situations where even if he were to somehow pull off a win in the wrestle-off, Orndorff is probably going to be your starter. So in this situation, there is no downside for Misita. So to stay active, to continue to push the pace, obviously the coaches up there at the upper level looking down, and Misita, as a true freshman, is going to be on this roster for a few more years. Orndorff, a senior, going through his last go-round.
Yeah, despite being down 13-4, I have liked what I've seen from Misita. Being a freshman, I think he can really grow into a really strong heavyweight.
Now Orndorff just using gravity to bring himself right down through. And now he'll be hit for stalling, even though you're allowed to be a little bit more passive on top. The referees still want to see a little bit of action.
Yep. Should always be looking to score. There's about 20 seconds left here in the second. Things are all but wrapped up for Team White. Surprised they didn't go scarlet and gray.
Yeah. And that brings an end to period number 2. Riding time not quite locked in yet. We've got 1:53 of it on the clock. But the score right now, 13-4. This has been all Orndorff right from the get-go.
I'm guessing they didn't want to do gray because those are their championship singlets. Misita riding tough on top, but Orndorff able to get to his feet and get away. Orndorff retaining riding time, 1:45 in his favor. Both guys still very active.
Yeah.
Gas tank does not appear to be a problem for either of these wrestlers.
Which you really like to see, particularly at this time of the year.
Yeah.
Some guys are still trying to get their lungs.
Do you think Orndorff looks a little leaner this year?
Boy, he's such a big guy.
Lean
is a relative term, I
Yes.
suppose. Yeah, I'm with you on that, but lean being a relative term. But yeah, he looks very athletic. He looks like he feels good in his body right now.
Right. Yeah, I think he's just a little more athletic this year than last year.
16-5 is our score. If Orndorff continues to push here, maybe look for that tech.
He's got an effective 12-point lead with the riding time, so he'll need 2 takedowns. He can definitely do it in 40 seconds. It's going to be tough, though. Well, that's going to make it a lot easier.
Yes, indeed.
Stall point against Misita.
I don't think he got the takedown.
No.
Now he does.
I think he kind of forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, he's letting him up. He's got the
Yeah, if he rides
the
it out,
tech.
he's got the tech, but now he is back within the major margin.
Guess he wants to end it early.
Well, I like this for a guy.
Yeah.
To push yourself, to finish it off yourself. Put yourself in a position where you need a takedown, even if it's an imaginary scenario.
Yeah.
Put yourself in a spot where you've got to get a takedown in 20 seconds.
Well, looks like that's going to be it, though. Just 0.8 seconds. So we'll head to the center for a quick double whistle.
You do put the riding time point on. That makes it a 14-point major decision victory. And Team White with the 24-15 victory over Team Black here at the Covelli Center tonight. So those are your Ohio State Wrestle-Offs. Obviously, they are not definitive, but there were a lot of definitive victories here tonight.